Good morning. It is October 24th, 2024. I would like to share a story that occurred over the course of the last, I'd say, week or two. Um, a family member really went there, more or less. His anti Christian remarks were so absurd and so classic, just didn't make sense at all. It, it really didn't. And it just goes to say scripture puts it so eloquently that they were turned over to a reprobate mind. Um, I've been seeing posts about what happened at the rally, and I wanted to share the image. Hold on, let me see if you see this. You probably seen this, where Kamala Harris is at the pearly gates where St. Peter says you're at the wrong rally. And it says, but whoever denies me before men, him I will also deny before my Father who is in heaven. Matthew 10:33. So, on the topic of those who are deniers and unbelievers, I've come to this place that I prayed my prayers, I've witnessed, I've shared. I just come to an end point where it's in God's hands now. And I don't want to sound like a doom and gloom person at all because I'm not. I have faith that if God changes their heart, He's going to do it in His time. But time's almost up here. We don't have a whole lot of time to, I don't want to say witness or share, but I've been witnessing and sharing for a while. And it got so bad that the conversation was over. The conversation of trying to witness and share. You can want the best for somebody and you can say all the loving things you could possibly say and be so compassionate and caring, but there comes a point where witnessing to somebody who is not willing to listen and only criticizes your Christian faith, there comes the end. It's called the end game. What is the strategy to walk away from a situation? And to me, if somebody criticizes your Christian walk in this respect, they're atheists or maybe they're other believers that are criticizing you personally. It's conflicting. It's not a good place to be. That's why I turned it over to the field report because I definitely think our days are numbered. We don't have much time left on the clock. Um, it's really about getting close to the Lord. I have other things I would rather do than worry about criticizing anybody. I want to draw close to the Word. I have other desires in my heart to serve the Lord. That's why I decided to switch from the third watch update to the field report. And my desire is to serve and do mission work with the veterans because there's mission work that needs to be done. And I just decided to pick up the load and just do that instead. And it involves labor of that kind. So here in Butler, as you know, Butler was nothing until, and I don't mean to say Butler was nothing, but it really was just another town in the United States until that event that occurred on July 13th, and then we're on the map. So this is an opportunity to get out and get active and be a part of the community. For veterans, this is a good time as veterans are in need. Like myself, we need support, encouragement, and this is a good time to encourage veterans, especially as they're struggling with issues like PTSD, um, those kind of issues. A therapeutic environment is what I'll be working in, so I figured that would be exactly where the field report will land its feet. But I can't help but say this. I want it to be a place where I can blog and do things at random. So I will minimize my posts, but I won't be obsolete. I just think that the time of watching is here. We're here. We're already seeing everything fall into place. There's not too much else to say. I mean, God created this earth and it was all good until evil entered into the picture. And that was the serpent. And he had a plan from day one that Jesus would enter into this world. He would die and sacrifice his life on the cross for us and redeem us from sin. Because going back to Genesis, sin entered the world and entered man's heart. Man's fallen, and so is Babylon, the way things are headed. So our days are numbered here. And witnessing to people that are tone deaf, who are not willing to listen, who are in iniquity, it's a losing proposition for me. It's time to do what John did when he was walking in amongst the people, and when they didn't want to hear what they said and they would close their ears like this and they didn't want to hear, he wiped his feet and walked about his way. And it's time to wipe off our feet and dust us ourselves off and keep on going. And that's what we plan on doing here at the Field Report. We're going to wipe off our feet and keep on marching on. Thank you for listening to the Field Report.